Welcome to the Phat Games Podcast, Episode 1, Part 2. In this episode, Gary and I show some in progress animations and artwork for two of the bosses for Kids of Karendow. Due to the visual aspect of this episode, we strongly recommend it is viewed on YouTube. Remember to stay tuned after to hear more of Gary's great music on Kids of Karendow Radio.
And we stopped developing games for 10 years. And then we got back into it. And then when we got back into it, you were in Edmonton, I am in New York. Life happened. You know, this reminds me of a quote that I think I read on Instagram or something. When people, as an adult, need to take time off to go find themselves, it really just means they're going back to become closer to the person that their childhood version of themselves wanted them to be. And I like that. That resonates with me.
I guess I kind of get it. I don't know, the way I would have thought of it was, if you had to take time off work to find yourself, you're just trying to, go back to the version who you were supposed to be, I guess.
Or a version of yourself that you liked better.
Yeah.
And Gary and I both have to pay bills, so we can't do this full time. I mean, is it safe to say that you would love to do this full time, Gary?
That would be a very interesting and different life. And I've always had the thought that, let's say if I did music full time, that I wouldn't be able to live the life I do now in terms of having that steady paycheck.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like I had this thought that if I became like a full-time musician, that I'd just be poor. That is a thought I had.
I think your mom may have drilled that into your head a little bit too.
No, it wasn't her. It was just what I saw around me. Like I don't know personally any musicians that are that.
We also grew up in Regina. We grew up in Regina. We didn't have, and for those people who are watching and don't know what the hell I just said, the name of the city. This is where Gary and I grew up together.
It is the city that rhymes with fun.
Yes, it's called Regina, not Regina, but Regina. And
actually, it probably should be called Regina, but
it should be, but that's not what it's called.
That's not how people call it. So
yeah, it's the capital city of the province Saskatchewan in Canada. It's under severe COVID lockdown right now. It's my understanding. Is Edmonton locked down right now?
We're in a place where we call it a stage 1 lockdown. So no indoor dining.
Yeah, that sucks. It's getting warm. I don't know. Is it warmer there yet? It's still April. So
it's getting better, but still not there yet. But yeah, like we're still allowed to go to the gym only if you go to the gym with a personal trainer.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, so
doesn't make any sense.
You're not allowed to like just kind of like freely go in whenever willy-nilly.
All right. Well, let's not get political or comment on COVID policy right now. Let's go back to games. So, do we want to show everyone what we've been up to the last couple of weeks on Kids of Karendow?
Yeah, sure. Let's get to it.
All right. So we're doing this on Zoom. So I'm actually going to just share my screen here, and you guys can see Unity. All right. So I'm a little bit behind because I was telling Gary earlier today. I didn't sleep very well last night. My partner and I went out for tacos, and I woke up with a stomach ache, and then he was snoring really loud, and then I couldn't fall back to sleep. So I went to sleep on the couch, and my cat kept me up all night after. So anyway, I'm a little bit behind on it because I haven't been sleeping well. But
okay, so the tacos were unrelated to that all. Like you didn't eat like uncooked fish or anything like that.
No. I think I ate too close to when I went to bed, so I woke up in the middle of the night not feeling so good.
Oh, is that a thing? Should I not be eating like half a pie like right before bed?
Probably not. I can imagine that's probably a bad idea. All right. So what you see up on the screen is a Lucky 13 robot. It's from the side view. And he is the third boss in the game. And I'm just going to show you kind of like a front. I'll do the idle view. Where is it? Okay. Oh, right. So
I kind of like how he has just like kind of like Frankenstein kind of head.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of the intent of it. I'm actually doing some better shading on the metal on his armor here. And I changed actually the original sprite we drew for him, because originally his arms were attached, and I decided I didn't like that. So gave him two fists that were kind of hovering in the air.
Oh, interesting.
So he has 3 attacks. Oh wait, or is he more than that? He has 4 attacks. He has a fist punch attack. All right, so I don't know if he'll do a good job of showing this, but I'll try. Where is his attack? That attack, right? So you can see here is his fist is going to come. Oh, geez, it's really choppy because of I'm sharing my screen. But okay, so his fist is coming up and rotating, and then it disappears. And it disappears because there's actually a projectile that shoots out and comes back, and that is sort of demonstrated with this fist punch attack he has. And if I don't know how well this is going to come off. So, all right, they're both active. So if we hide the left one, okay, I just saw the right one. So is there an animation on this? No, there isn't, because it's actually controlled in the script. So anyway, so when it disappears, we're going to actually see this shoot out, and it's going to go back and hit a player, then turn back around and come back to the robot. And it's I can't really show it because this isn't in the game yet. I'm still working on it. But yeah, so that's kind of what the fist punch is going to be about. His next attack is a rocket blast, and that'll be a little bit easier to show. So I'm going to hide this. So yeah, it's a little choppy because again, streaming. And then the front of his body opens up and the door opens and there's a rocket inside. And then that disappears actually. Let's see if I can actually show that. All right.
Well, is this a boss?
Or yeah, this is the third boss. This could also be, I know the Lucky 13s were an enemy in the original game. We could certainly do that as an enemy again as well. But yeah, so the rocket will shoot out. And when it disappears, there's actually going to be a projectile that comes out. And then it'll go attack the player and explode when it makes contact.
Yeah, I suppose these can be like one of those enemies where it's like it's a boss first, and then later on in the game when you get stronger, they'll just be like scrubs.
Exactly. So this next one is this sort of stun blast, and his mouth opens up and he's got these 2 little tubes inside that like do like a pew pew kind of thing. And there's going to be a sort of a visual effect that appears over the players that paralyzes them. So this is actually not going to be there'll probably be a little bit of physical damage, but it's going to mostly be about.
So is it going to be kind of like a laser?
No, there's going to be, you won't see a visual projectile. It's going to be like, I don't know if you saw that cutscene. When you first teleport into Rachna Alpha and they stun you, there was like it kind of looks like Star Wars: A New Hope when they stun Princess Leia after she puts the plans in R2-D2. It's like that blue circle that sort of like envelops her.
I totally have not seen Star Wars for like a long time.
Okay, well,
maybe someone who's listening to this
watching us that'll know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that's what's going to happen, and it's going to paralyze you because they realize we need more bosses that do things to character status, and not necessarily about physical attack, so then they can keep killing you after. Air Blast is not done yet. I'm just trying to finish that one up now. But your fist will, again, move up, and then it's kind of choppy again. It's not done, but what it does is, so you know this already, Gary, but the people who are watching probably don't. There's a sort of like common like morphing technology that's used in this game where objects can turn into other objects, and that's like with a green sort of flash of light there is the green and white flash of light. So his fist turns into a gun, and what it does is it's going to shoot a bolt into the air, and then a whole bunch of like projectiles are going to come down all across the screen and hit the whole party. So it's going to be a pretty powerful attack.
I actually do like his hair because it's like a bad haircut, and it's almost like a kid put a bunch of yarn on top of like a fake head like you do.
Wait, well, are you talking about Telly's hair?
No, I'm talking about the Lucky 13s.
Oh, that's not hair. That's like a metal piece and like a black helmet.
Oh,
thing.
what? I thought it was hair. That was my bad.
It wasn't intended to be. Those like he's got this visor for his eyes, and then just sort of like this black cap, and then he's got metal on his
I thought
face.
that green thing was his eye.
Oh, well, let me show you from the front again. It'll probably be easier. Let's see. I'll do battle. Right. So he's got those are his nostrils. I gave him nostrils because I thought it'd be kind of funny.
For some reason, I looked at that and I thought those were his eyes.
No, the visor is his eyes, and those are his nostrils, and those are his mouth. I added the nostrils recently because I thought they'd be kind of funny. But yeah, I need to finish up totally shading his armor.
So I noticed that he's got.
What do you think of this design, though? I mean, it's not quite done. I need to make some tweaks to it. What do you think of it? Because I'm honestly on the fence. And I might eventually want to swing back to this. I'm not going to do it now, but maybe later.
Well, you know what? Like I kind of like his body. I just don't know about the head portion yet.
Yeah, I think it's better than what I had before. I didn't like it.
I do like how it's kind of angled now, whereas I don't think it was before, was it?
Well, no, because this is here. Let me open up the front view of it. Let's save that. Okay. So this is him direct front from the front. I've done more shading in the armor on this already. Do a little bit of touch up. Oh, this is off center. I gotta fix that. When did that happen?
Yeah, it's hard for me to look at it and think that those are his nostrils. I keep thinking those are his eyes.
I don't know.
So like if you look at it and like you look at the visor and think those are his eyes, then he looks kind of normal. But if you think those nostrils are his eyes, then he just kind of looks like a goofy robot.
Oh, well, hey, maybe someone will watch this and can comment on it and give us some feedback, because that would be good.
Yeah.
So I'm also considering, because I'm going to actually pull this up. He did that, and it's got a very steampunk feel. And I actually told him because the AI tower that we're working on is also going to have a steampunk feel to it.
And really?
That was freaking awesome.
That would be really cool. Like especially if you kind of take a look at an original AI tower in the old game.
Well, I wanted to give each of the AI towers actually a different feel. The first one, I thought steampunk would be kind of awesome.
I do like this. This looks really cool.
Yeah, he did a good job on this, and I can't wait till like we see the finished thing when it's all animated and everything. He has more talent than me. So yeah, I am.
Well, you know what? I'm not even going to attempt to draw because like I almost failed like high school art. Like, you would think that that's like impossible, but yeah.
But hey, maybe it'll challenge me to actually just clean up the robot a little bit. But this actually was based off my design. I scribbled something on paper and sent it to him, and he did a good job of recreating what I put on paper, and it actually looks.
Oh yeah,
cool.
Can you actually do you actually have that lying around that we can see?
So we're pulling up Trello now to show you guys the original.
Ooh, Burgle's Bounty.
Yeah, imagine that. All right, so okay, so here's what I drew on paper. So he recreated it quite well.
That's pretty cool.
It made it look cool.
I like it.
All right. Cool.
So I remember seeing a version of this where like the wires were different colors. How come
they
you
were?
decided
Yeah, they were. He was going for a plastic. I talked to him about it because I actually I liked it, but I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Like it just seemed to clash, and he was going for like there was a plastic coating of like wires, and it made sense.
Mm-hmm.
But and then I had him change it, and then I liked it a lot better. I like that a lot better.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I think it just makes more sense. You know, it probably has like a there's probably wires inside, and it's probably metaling outside just to make the robot a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like they're metal exterior, like some kind of made up flexible metal.
Yeah, muscle wire, I guess I think is what they have these days.
What's it called? Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted it to look cool.
Yeah, but yeah, I think he did a really good job. The shading looks really cool.
Yeah, he did. I'm really impressed by it. Like my jaw dropped when I first saw it. So sound below if you're watching, he did a great job. All right. How's the music coming, Gary?
That's okay. I've been working on the resistance bass main theme. Now, the way that I made it originally, I was thinking that the resistance was this like huge bass, and I kind of had that in mind when I made it, right?
Yeah.
But then when I actually saw it in game, it was like you were at this like kind of like smaller bass, right?
Well, I mean that's not the main bass.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So like the version that I sent you the other week, that will probably be used for the main bass. I'm probably going to adapt a spin-off version of it for the smaller bass.
Okay.
Which I might also use perhaps during the cutscene while you're in there as well. So I think all that will kind of blend better together if it just kind of sounded smaller. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the bass was definitely smaller. I wasn't expecting that, but hey, if you want to do more music, I'm all for it.
Well, it will just basically be just like a spin-off version of what I already created. It might land as like a very, very completely different song. I don't know. But just in terms of themes, like it's going to sound roughly the same. You'll recognize it as the same song, you'll just have a different arrangement.
Thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell. Also, if you'd like to support our podcast and game development, please consider supporting us on Patreon. Now we will play you the music Gary has been working on for the Resistance bass.